Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of Dust and Elysian Tale. Let us continue, because we've got a bit of a journey to go to. So we couldn't find the thing we were looking for. As far as, in fact, it'll be quicker if I just teleport to start off with. We couldn't find the 2% item here that we were looking. It's hidden, and in a lot of ways it's hidden, and in a lot of ways it's kind of obvious. Remember when we first ran through here, which was quite a while ago, there was a gravestone with a rose on it. Now what you're supposed to do there, because I did look at it, I did mention it, and I did think about it, was I figured we'd get back to it eventually. Turns out it is a secret, one of the brink things, so we just need to find it again, which I believe it is up and to the right. I believe if I work my way up here, I will reach it. Right. And then we'll be done with the Soaring Meadow. I did have to look that up. It's obvious that that was a unique thing. It just wasn't obvious what we were supposed to do to activate it. So I believe this is the right way. I could and did consider just running towards it off screen, but I figured it won't be that far. Here we're seeing some headstones. So here it is. So you have to crouch down, and then it will eventually teleport you to a rose. And it's the other character from the sequel for Deadman, Dishwasher, Samurai, and if I had remembered this game better, I bet there was a rose that really makes sense there. This is the sequel girl to the character you play as in the sequel. Again, both those games required very high buttons per second presses and killed my fingers. It just hurt really bad to try and play it. I had to give up. At some point in the future I might give them a second chance, but I wouldn't be surprised if I still ended up having to give up on them without some kind of easy mode or some kind of mod cheat. Alright, so now all we need to do is find this, and then we can teleport out. And we have 100% of 100% of the Soaring Meadow. We still can't get that last bit in Archer's Pass because we don't have that key. There's also a item drop that we haven't gotten, so I think Everdon Basin actually would be a smart move to go to. But let's see if we can collect the last bits here. So there's one collectible that is one to the left and one up. Now I didn't have double jump at this point. I got double jump halfway through this mountain. up. Here's the key. With that key, we've gotten that collectible. So now we just need to go up one more. Platform riding over here, get back up one, down this way. We'll just go this way, since I think this will speed things up. Interesting, if you hit the middle of this thing, it does break from the middle. Good mechanics. Oh, I can't get up any higher this way. I'll have to go down. That's alright. No big problem. I missed something, I think. This is weird. No, this was where we got the double jump ability directly. And then we had to come back out of this area. Then we have to work our way up this way. Here we go. No key or any collectible item there. Alright. Am I going the right direction, or am I just fulfilling the... I don't know if I'm going the right direction. There's something hidden somewhere. Maybe it's down here. Yes, it is. Good. So now if I can just work my way. Let's see, what are we trying to do? I guess I just want to continue working my way through this area again. Because if I do that, I think it will get me to the point where I'm trying to reach. Back down this way. Keep on going this way. Notice I am actually jumping out of the way before those explosions hurt me. Double jump, jump up. Here we go, up this way. And so I think we're just trying to get to the top of the mountain here. I think this is the right way. Oops. Too early there. So what I don't really buy is this the right direction. I don't even know if I'm going the right direction. I don't think I am. But I don't really buy that I need to run through like all the way from the bottom of the mountain to the top in a certain time. Because I see the hourglass thought, and that makes kind of sense, but it doesn't make enough sense. Because I don't know how long I would have to run from the base of the mountain to the wall here. Alright. We have this orb. Well, we could crouch down. Oh, crouching down worked. So now I've got to crouch down anytime I think.
Well, that made absolutely no sense.
Every moment has a purpose, Fidget. You just have to dig deeper.
This is... Oh, I know this. This is Braid. I tried to do a series on Braid and it didn't work. Got content ID'd on every single video for the music, which is weird because the music played backwards and rewound and did all kinds of weird stuff. And I don't know if I handled it or just sputed it right. I might at some point try to re-upload that series or re-record a new series. I actually did a really bad job at it too. It was one of my very first series that I tried to record, and that's why it's not on my channel more than anything else. So we freed him, and that explains the time. So on the map, what we have now is a problem because I have to... Oh, he does silence. So, will this be the other place, or do I have to find some other hourglass? See, the music plays when you walk to the left. It also plays when you walk to the right, so it's not even... The actual braid mechanics aren't in this game. Alright. So now I'm just gonna run back to the beginning because of the way the rewind mechanic works in Braid. That kind of makes sense. I have a hard time believing though that the other friend is gonna be here. It seems like I might be stuck again. So, we are in the middle of an episode, and I'm just gonna quickly put down the controller and look up where that is, because it's going to be too much trouble. So I type in dust, Blackmore, let's see. Secret areas in Blackmore Mountains. Dun dun dun. First room with a shop near the bottom of Blackmore Mountains. Look for a ledge you can double jump to on the right. Alright, legend is... Okay, so we need to work our way down. We passed it. There was some culmination. I don't know what happened. Maybe that there was just a shot in the arm as far as financing. Maybe there was an Indiecade for video games. Maybe, I think Braid in particular was funded by like Microsoft in some small part to just, they wanted to try to get more indie games on the Xbox 360. But there was a summer where 4 or 5 independent games, all the games were having friends come out. It's just this, they all decided to work together, and well, I don't know if they really work together, but they decided to cross-promote each other, which is kind of cool. It's a big question mark now, though, as so it's somewhere here, near the shop, on the right. Look for a ledge on the right. Alright, that wasn't right. Ah, here it is. And I don't know if Fez really works this way, but I think we can figure this out. Ah. I'm jumping up and doing all kinds of weird things. Jump over here and then jump up there to this door. This is super weird. This is really integrating at least the ideas of Fez. There we go. Did I just go in circles? Do I go in here? There he is. So, yeah, it kind of looks like you could at some point have made Dust as a 2D platformer. And there it unlocks. Good. A X X A Y. Fez is a game I haven't played yet. It would have been a very frustrating game to play when it first came out, but I feel like if I played it now, I would know all the answers to all the secrets, and because I would know all the answers to the secrets, I could kind of cheat my way through the whole thing. And then I have to get back out this way. You could be lost in here for a while. Go. Come on, one last door. There we are, and we're out. Good. So now we have 100% and 100%. Let's just quickly run out of this area now. Yeah, you see all these characters from like Fez and Braid and one of the games I don't even recognize, and you see them and you're just like, where are these coming from? Why are these characters special? I guess would be the right question to ask, and for that, unfortunately, you're gonna have to do some research, because it doesn't explain it in game. And it does break the storyline, I think, a little bit. Let's go to Sanctuary. How many friends do we have? 10 of 12. So we know where one of them is. The two DJ ducks are in the back playing DJ music. They weren't doing that until both of them were collected. So we got some music playing here. Pretty cool. See, but I don't know what game they're from. Let me know in the comments what game they're from. That might be slightly interesting. Unless they're like a boss from one of the other games, then I just don't recognize it. So we really have nothing more to do. Archer's Pass has Braid, and Everdown Basin is the new point to go to and continue the story. So we're gonna go there and start chapter 5. Legend. We're very close to the end now. We're in the Moonblood camp already. Interesting. Well, let's see, what does it say as far as our stats? Total completion 102%. Okay, so that goes to say that there's more than 100% completion by its count, which is a flawed count. You can't have more than 100% of anything.
Halt! Who goes? Oh, it's you. Apologies, Miss Robin. Please, enter.
Can I talk to this guy? No. And there's like a whole bunch of more just appeared out of nowhere. And these, I guess, are just floating lights.
We welcome your presence, Sen Mithrarin. Preparations for war are nearly complete.
Is this all you have left? Are we safe here? What is the way of the flameless light? What can I do to help? Here's the first question you should always ask.
Does General Gaius know of this place?
I fear he does now.
What? How?
One of our own has been keeping an eye on you since your travels began. A merchant, Sereth.
Aha! I knew that creepy merchant was one of you guys.
How did a Moonblood operate so freely in the wildlands?
He is a smart businessman. Deals in all the right places. Gaius' soldiers turn their gaze from him in exchange for free goods. However, no amount of bribery could cover up that Sereth was helping you to find us.
And that's how Gaius found out. How much time do you think we have to prepare?
Not long, I'm afraid. The whole purpose of Gaius' campaign is to wipe us from the face of this world. Once he knows of our final stronghold, he will send everything he has and destroy us.
Is this all you have left? Good question.
Surely you have more soldiers than this.
General Gaius is nothing if not thorough. His forces have exterminated most Moonbloods from this land. We are all that's left.
How do you expect to win with so few soldiers?
We cannot. That's why we created Sen Mithrarin. You dust will turn the tide.
Well, no pressure or anything.
Yeah.
So, it would be nice if the story at some point explained why he's trying to kill all the Moonbloods. It doesn't. I mean, we have no motivation whatsoever for the bad guy. Let's figure out what is the way of the flameless light. That makes no sense. Flameless light. I mean, is that the way of the light bulb? That technically is a flameless light.
I see all sorts of lamps here, but no fire. Is this the way of the flameless light?
It is, yes. In ancient times, the Moonbloods went by another name. We lived in a great society called the Sintak. and we wielded the knowledge to follow the way of the flameless light.
Settle in, Dust. This could take a while.
We sent a harness to power unlike any this world had ever seen. We built elaborate contraptions like these lamps, capable of piercing the darkness without so much as a spark.
Well, obviously something went wrong because we still have to build a fire every time Dust pulls out his map.
Unfortunately, the ancient tomes do not say how the Sintuk fell, and that knowledge has been lost. Perhaps intentionally. All we know is that our kind were made as outcasts, and that has remained true for countless generations. For the longest time, we believed the Moonbloods were the only ones left who know of the way of the flameless light. But we were wrong. When General Gaius began his purge, there were stories of their weapons, stories of elaborate contraptions that seemed to defy the natural world. Weapons that sound identical to those of the Sintuk in the most ancient of tales.
What kinds of weapons are we talking about?
Arrows made of light. Machines that take to the sky like birds.
And we're supposed to fight these things with your lamps.
I did not say it would be easy.
Nobody ever does.
I did once, remember?
Yeah, and you were wrong.
So, we didn't need the lore creep of them being called the Sintok, but I do like the backstory. Now, it's hard for me to separate what is lore creep in my mind and what is backstory. Backstory explains something. Lore creep is just a new name, a new item, a new thing that is getting added to the story for no reason. So, I would say the backstory there is hinting at the fact that the Moonbloods might have actually been the bad guys a few generations back. And that kind of explains why General Gaius might be after them if he has some knowledge that nobody else does. But it's lore creep to add Sintok, it's lore creep to add the lamps, technically. I'm not too upset about that. It's lore creep to add the way of the flameless light because that was never a question that was introduced. So yeah, it's definitely a fine line to draw in the sand, and I'm sure different people would draw that line in different places. But I would say the game creator is doing some lore creep, definitely. He's adding more and more names, more and more words that I just don't like in fantasy stories. I want the fantasy to be... I guess I want my fantasy not to be that crazy. We've seen vampires, zombies, witches, mages, stuff like that. So if somebody's telling me a story and they go, oh, that guy's a mage, I'm like, I understand what a mage is. But if he tells me that guy is a sin myth roller, and I have no idea what that is. And you're going to have to then explain with some backstory what that person is. And if that person is just some kind of mage, well then why didn't you just call him a mage in the first place? Not that a sin myth roller is a mage. Though Sin Mythron seems like a somewhat unique concept, although I think there are some Native American tales of people with two souls. But I'm not familiar enough with those stories to comment any further to that. What can I do to help?
Well, I'm here now. Is there anything I can do to help?
We are spread rather thin. Our chief engineer, Sonjin, is having trouble with our camp's support systems. Go and speak with him when you can, and I'm sure he will explain further. There is also the matter of our scout, Kier. He has not checked in for many hours, but with our battle preparations, we have not been able to mobilize a proper search party. His patrol takes him east of our camp if you aim to find him.
Okay. So we have a couple of things. One square is 3%. So this seems like it's gonna be probably a big map. Let's talk back to him and see what he says.
Mithrarin, do you need anything else?
I need to get moving.
Thank you, Elder, but I must be on my way.
Yes, much to do. Less and less time to do it. Good luck.
Okay, so we're kind of happy. We'll talk to Ginger next time. But I'm kind of happy that we didn't immediately enter this area and it was just going to be a fight with General Gaius, which was kind of my fear, but I was sort of certain that wasn't going to be the case. I thought we might also, instead of immediately being in the Moonblood camp, we might have actually had to travel through a volcano area, which is one way that I could have squeezed one more level in here. But for as much as I've played of this game, I'm thinking adding more, maybe not what he needed to do, maybe just cutting and pasting things a little bit differently to adjust the flow of the game, which is a real precise criticism. It's really nitpicky. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.